Previously on the Lawrence Ross Show.
I used to know a guy who killed his roommate. Give you a little context. Back in 2003, I was a part of a group of blind people, and we had this summer program that was put on by the Tampa Lighthouse for the Blind, and it had various blind high school kids from, I'd say, I think it was like 14 to 17, and I was part of this group, and we had this one guy in the group, a guy named John Hefner. He was like, from what I heard was, he was like an albino guy, like really albino, like to the point where like he was so pasty and white that when he would go outside, he'd have to apply like SPF 75 sunscreen or SPF 100 or whatever it was. But there was something off about him from the word go, because he was just like almost anything he said you couldn't really take seriously, and anytime anybody would call him out on it, he would try and defend himself with some ridiculous claim, and I'm not sure if he had a lot of friends, come to think of it. So we would just hang out with him. Me and one of my friends, Thomas, we went over to his house to celebrate his birthday, but this John guy, he wanted us over there like the night before so we could sleep over. So, we do that, and we hung out, and we had fun, and then before the party even rolled around, we're like, dude, I'm like, dude, you really want to stay for this party? He's like, nah. I'm like, yeah, me neither, because I didn't really, I didn't really go to sleep last night, and so we decided just to bail on that. Then, about 8 years ago, I got a message from one of my contacts. She says, hey, did you hear about John Hefner? I go, no, what's up? She said, well, did you know that he killed his roommate? I'm like, what? She's like, yeah. So I go online, come to find out that in October of 2015, he had a roommate, this guy named Charles Bird, who was 63 years old. And John and this guy had a history of fighting over what to watch on TV. And evidently they had another one of their spats. I'm not sure if it was about the TV or whatever it was, but nevertheless, after they had this fight, John comes up behind this guy and hits him about 5 to 10 times with a folded up cane. Now, the folded up cane is a it's got these separate parts to it, like 7 different parts, and one's kind of like a leatherish kind of a thing that's like the top part of it, and then everything else from down on there, after this little section of leather, from down onward is just metal, basically. it's metal, and it can't hurt it if it does hit someone. So this guy, he hit him like 5 to 10 times, hit him on the head, hit him on the neck. The guy goes down, and then of course it's this John guy decides to kick the guy while he's down, as if that's going to make it any better. Like he's practicing a WWE move on the guy, basically. So he kicked him like 3 or 4 times, and then he realized, oh, I just killed the guy. And he deduced that because he noticed the guy wasn't breathing. And then this guy, he tried to stuff the body in the closet, and he propped it up to make it look like the guy died of natural causes. Well, that didn't work out, because according to the autopsy, he was charged initially with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. And then when the autopsy came back, he got charged with second-degree murder. Now, I don't know what his status is in regards to if he's still in jail. I imagine he probably still is. And I remember when we would hang out, he would always talk about his big ambition in life was to be a lawyer. That was his number one thing. That was his big conversation. He always wanted to be a lawyer. And well, I guess you can forget about that one. I guess you can throw that idea right out the window there, buddy, because that's not going to happen.
To hear more of this show, search for The Lawrence Ross Show on your favorite podcasting platform.